Alright, we're going to be covering some deck lists from this weekend. We actually had some very interesting stuff. So the first one we're going to be covering here is second place. It's Henry Lai's Phantasm Spiral deck list from Weekend Championship 25. Now, I just wanted to cover this because this is Phantasm Spiral. How often do you see that this particular version of the deck ends up succeeding and doing well out there? Especially, Mr. 2000 Megalo Masher here. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of the Psyframe Gear Gamma, and triple Megalo Masher with one copy of your Psyframe Driver. And then, of course, we have the beautiful Pacifism, the Phantom City, the thing that kind of brings this deck together and allows it to do its thing by being able to get that search and that token generation, all of which things that you need for this deck. We also have the triple copies of Pot of Duality, the triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, one Terraforming, one copy of Macrocosmo. Actually, this is a very interesting tech choice to finally see being included in this deck. Turning on Macrocosmo essentially acts as another anti-meta card for the game, and at no point does it actually hurt you or really interact with you in a negative way for this deck to function. We have one copy of Metaverse, because getting our city or our side deck Mystic Minds on the field is a good thing. We also have the triple copies of the Spiral Battle. Then we have the two copies of the Spiral Power. So if all monster controller min 1 target one effect monster your opponent controls till the end of the turn, it loses 1000 attack and defense, and its effects negated. If Umi's on your field, you can activate this card from your hand. You banish this card from your graveyard, target one normal monster you control, equip one Phantasm Spiral, equip spell card, or deck your hand to that normal monster. We don't care really about that, we just care that we have a power down effect Veiler, or Imperm, for our opponent. We also have the triple copies of the Sea Stealth Attack, one Skill Drain, triple copies of Solemn Judgment, triple copies of Solemn Reich, and triple copies of There Can Only Be One. It just wouldn't be a stun deck if, we didn't have the best slowdown card in the game. Imagine winning every dice roll, and then you just TC Boo the Rock player. Alright, you're probably going to win that. We have two copies of Lamna, two copies of the Link Spider, two copies of the Leonphonicus, two copies of the Nightmare Phoenix, two copies of the Soldier of Chaos. Then we have two Paracycroid, two Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, and one copy of the Fortress Dragon. Alright. Then we have triple copies of Sphere Mode, triple copies of Demise of the Land, triple copies of Lightning Storm, two Mystic Mine, triple Evenly Matched, and one copy of Imperial Order, wrapping up Henry Lai's deck list for you guys. Definitely interesting to see the Megalo Masher Eggs deck, covering a little bit of ground here. I'm very excited for that. Next list here, we're going to be covering stuff out of the PPG this weekend. This is Pack's deck list. He was playing Water. He ended up making top 4 out of the event. And I know a lot of people love combo Water. This deck's ceiling was so greatly improved coming out of Echo. Now getting more access to basically get the knowledge from your opponent now that you can set up and, smash through their combo is amazing. You can play around the Nibiru. Actually, you can take out the Nibiru out of their hand. If you find some other hand traps there, you can gear your entire deck's turn to this. Also, playing the one magical midfield breaker now, basically granting you this protection and allowing you to, play the game. Alright, because that's what Water wants. Water wants one thing, and one thing only. It wants to basically seek out your hand away and set up a huge needle fiber play that's probably going to disrupt you, and you're probably going to have a bad time with it. So we have triple copies of Asher Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of the Atlantean Dragoons, triple copies of the Heavy Infantry, triple copies of Deep Sea Diva, then we have triple copies of the Deep Sea Minstrel. There's that one copy, that Despot 001 for the Auroradon interaction, because totally fair, by the way. We have one Lapis Dragon, so that we can add this off of our Dragoons through the Neptibus in combo. Two Lion, one Abyss Spike, triple copies of Abyssdeuce, one Mullen Glacia, triple copies of the Prince, and triple copies of the Rockman. We also have the triple copies of Called by the Grave, one Magical Midfield Breaker, one Monster Reborn, one for one, and triple copies of Pot of Avarice. I didn't think I would actually see this. This is kind of interesting for the most part here. Also, subnote, this isn't supposed to be in the deck. Just toss that out. Yeet it. just pretend like it's not there and put in the extra money. Never mind, I'm dumb. Just see, this is how well we test to make sure you guys are paying attention out here. We have 2 copies of Auroradon, 1 Link Karibo, and then we have 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Iria, 2 copies of the Holly Fibrax, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 True King of All Calamities, 1 Vermilion Dragon Mech, 1 copy of the Ravenous Mr. Archosaur thing, 1 Herald, 1 of that Garden Rosemaid. No, it looks like she's showing up in competitive play. 1 Coral Dragon, and 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. Side deck area, 1 Effect Veiler, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, triple Dark Willow No More, triple Lightning Storm, 2 copies of Mystic Mine, 1 Set Rotation, 2 Infinite Permanents, and 1 copy of the Red Reboot, wrapping up Pac Davis's list for everybody. Water Combo. I'm very happy to see that this is the deck that is doing relatively well out here, because just the freehand knowledge you get off of Minstrel is crazy. And then we have the winning salad list here. Now, not Gabrielle Sosi. So I'm a bit shocked to see that Salad did good, but seeing that we're now maining Gozen for this format definitely gives this deck a lot of love. Also now, the Parallel Exceed being one of those cards that just gives you the auto push to get to that Access Code Talker even quicker to do update jammer shenanigans with this deck. Like, once again, this card is the reason why Salad will do good. Additional cards like this are what will push this deck over the edge and effectively rounding out the format for this deck. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Lady Debug, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Parallel Exceed, 1 Salamangreat Falco, 2 Foxy, 1 Gazelle, 2 Jaguar, and 2 copies of the Spinny Meister. Then we have triple copies of Sign Up Mining, triple copies of Pot of Desires, 1 Circle, 1 Sanctuary, and 2 copies of Will. And then we have the triple copies of Gozen Match, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, 2 copies of Rage, and 2 copies of the Roar. Down here in the extract, we have 1 Update Jammer, 1 Transcode, and the 1 Splash Mage. Target 1 Cyber's monster graveyard, splash summon it in defense position, but negate its effects. You cannot splash some monster for the rest of the turn except for Cybers. Ooh, free revivability, by the way. Triple copies of the Wolf, 2 copies of Heat Leo, triple Balinix, 1 Lingaribo, 1 Access Code, 1 Baguski, and 1 Abyss Dweller. Side deck here with triple Effect Veiler, triple Phantasme, 2 copies of Ghost Ogi, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Imperial Order, and triple copies of Summon Limit, wrapping up your first place deck list out of the PPG. And last but not least, we have Elise Davis's Sky Striker list. And I know that so many people are happy to see that Sky Striker sitting at the dinner table again. And I'm not going to lie, I'm very happy too. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of the Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. We have triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Ray, and 2 copies of Rose. Then we have triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Mystic Mine, triple copies of Pot of Desires, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 2 Area Zero, 2 Afterburners, 1 Hornet Drones, triple Shark frickin' Cannon. Very, very powerful here. 2 copies of Widow Anchor, 1 Multi-Roll, 1 Terraforming, 1 Upstart Goblin, and triple copies of Infinite Impermanence, wrapping up the main deck here. On your next deck, we have 1 Hida, 1 Celine, 1 Holly Fibrax, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 Zeke, triple copies of Shizuku, 1 Kaina, triple Kagari, and triple copies of Hayate. Side deck here, we have triple DD Crow, 2 copies of Mystic Mine, 1 Set Rotation, the 2 Jamming Waves, the 1 Metaverse, the triple Solemn Judgment, and of course the triple There Can Only Be One, wrapping up Elise's deck list for everybody. And that's like everything we have out of the PPG. I'm happy to see that things are diversifying at this stage in the format. It's definitely a good refresher that we see these differences in these key strategies finally being shown. And I'm looking really forward to seeing how things are going to shape up here for the rest of the format, how these key players, Salad and Sky Striker, overthrowing some of these more major decks. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And well, guys, I'm out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out MColeGames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.